Hey guys, this is Justin at the Survivor Review, and a couple years ago I did a pickup video showing a bunch of VHSs and Laserdiscs that I picked up, because I love collecting that stuff, as you can clearly see behind me, and in the couple of years since then, I've only picked up like a handful of VHSs, like not enough to really do a video on them, basically, but just lately I picked up a couple like noteworthy ones. Also got a bunch of box sets that were given to me, plus I picked up not a Laserdisc, but a CED, which is now a new format that I've started collecting. So I figured it's time, it's time to do another VHS pickup video. So let's get started with the VHS tapes. I'm going to save the CED for last and do all the VHS tapes right now. Now I'm going to start with the couple of VHS tapes that I've actually picked up at stores. These ones I've actually picked up at Half Price Books lately, which is the place I always go to look for this kind of stuff. And there's one series of VHS tapes that I'm actively trying to collect and actively looking for. Everything else I just kind of pick up, oh, that looks cool, I'll pick it up. But there's one series of tapes that I'm specifically looking for every single time I go to a store that has VHS tapes, and that is the Universal Monsters Classic Collection. Now I only have a handful of them right here. So it's a small collection, but it's slowly growing. I'm getting these tapes because I love the Universal Monster movies so much. They're great. I love the artwork on these tapes, and I love the uniformity of them. How they would get this looks so nice on shelf. Those look really cool together. Also, there's a lot of nostalgia for them because when I first started watching these movies, I was borrowing the VHS tapes from my library. And they always had the Universal, the Monster Classic Collection series. That's how I first saw Frankenstein, and the Wolfman was getting those tapes from the library with that artwork on it. So that stuff I hold very near and dear to me. And luckily, last time I was at Half Price Books, I found a tape, one that I don't have. This one is The Mummy's Curse. I think this is the last of the Mummy movies. I'm not too familiar with the Mummy series. I saw them a long time ago. I watched them all. But they're okay, I guess. I already have the original, the Boris Karloff Mummy, and I also have the first sequel, The Mummy's Hand. So I already kind of have a mummy collection going there, but I think this is the last one. I think there's a couple more, or one or two more in between Mummy's Hand and this one. So taking a look at the front right here, I've always liked that artwork. I don't know, it's just really cool. I love the top there, the classic collection. I love that. It's so awesome. You got the spine right there. Mummy's Curse. Looks great. Back here, it's kind of designed the same way all the other Universal tapes are designed, with the still at the bottom and all the info on top here. So pretty nice tape. I did notice that this movie is only an hour and 1 minute long. So this is kind of, I don't think they were putting as much effort into the Mummy movies as they were some of their other films in their canon. But this one, yeah, it's really cool. I was really glad to get it just for the collection, and I'm hoping to continue growing this and hopefully get them all at some point. But there's I think 30 of them total. So there's a lot of them. It's going to take a long time to get them all, especially because I'm not too big on trying to buy the individual tapes on eBay and stuff, because I looked them up and those tapes go for $10 on eBay, and I'm yeah, I don't really want to drop $10 on a VHS tape. So I'm mostly looking for them at secondhand shops, Half Price Books and stuff, where I can get them for $1 or so, because I think that this was only $1 or $2 for this tape, which I'm yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, Mummy's Curse, great addition to my collection. Awesome. Alright, the next tape I also got at Half Price Books. And when it comes to collecting VHSs, I also really like to collect first generation VHS tapes, from the early days of VHSs. And this is one of them. This is probably the first VHS release for the movie, I'm assuming. And this is for the Charlton Heston classic Planet of the Apes. Now this tape is from 1979, it says on the back here. The case here is heavy duty cardboard here, a lot more heavy duty than most tapes. And also what I really liked about this, and something I've never seen before on a VHS, is it has a little slot in here to show the reel. See, you take it out here. This thing's really kind of stuck out there. There's a little opening right there for to look at the reel. I've never seen that before on a VHS. I think that's really cool, really unique at the tape right there. I also like how the back of this tape, it doesn't even have a description of the movie or anything. It just advertises other 20th Century Fox movies. That's all it is. It's just an ad for other movies from Fox, which is crazy. You got the spine right there. really nice. Again, this one just caught my eye when I saw it. I'm like, I like this. This is really cool. It just, you can tell it's like from the early days. It's just very simple. It's just a still shot from the movie. And the title right there. And yeah, that's it really. But it's a really cool tape. And it does say on the back here that they did also make Beneath the Planet of the Apes a tape for that. And I would really like to collect that one if it looks just like this, to set it next to this one. I would really like to get that one at some point. Again, I really like collecting these like first like generation VHS tapes. I don't know why, I think those are just really cool. They have cool like appeal to them that I like to get. And this one's like, you know, no exception. This one's awesome. Again, it's for a great movie too. Like I love Planet of the Apes, which made it even better. You know, it's just a really awesome tape. This tape is made by the Magnetic Video Corporation. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of them outside of this tape. But you know what? That's cool. But yeah, though. Awesome tape. Really cool. So, for the next VHSs, the next ones I've actually all, like, were given to me, basically, in a way. Now, these first ones are kind of, they have a little bit of story behind it. My girlfriend's next door neighbor's house is this, like, house that, got really run down. Like the person who lived in it, she got too old to live in there, so she like moved out and lived with her brother or something like that. But the house got like a lot of damage to it, including like a tree fell on it and stuff like that. And so they finally were going through it because they're going to demolish it and get rid of it. And they still had a bunch of their stuff in there. A bunch of their possessions were still inside. And of course they're like, hey, there's a lot of VHS tapes in here. Hey Justin, do you want to come in here and look at this stuff? So that's what I did. I came over and I was looking through their VHS tapes. And most of them are just taped stuff they taped off a TV. So there's nothing really interesting. Funny enough, the stuff that I mostly was like, I got them getting from them is these cases, these clamshell cases. Because I really like these clamshell like VHS cases. So this one this one's empty. I took the tape out and I just took the case. Because I think these are really cool, these like clamshell cases. There's some writing from something that they taped on the side there, but these other two I didn't actually take the tapes out. I just quickly like put them in my box of stuff and like was moving on. So I guess now I own a taped copy of Alice in Wonderland. But whatever, I got it for the case, which is awesome. And then the next one here is another clamshell case that includes the 1989 Academy Awards that they taped off the TV. So yeah, I have a copy of the 1989 Academy Awards now. That's necessary. Yeah, I just like these like really sturdy, like heavy-duty cases, you know? These are really nice. I already have a few of them, just from stuff I had when I was a kid and everything. But yeah, I really like these ones, so I was trying to pick up as many of these as I can there. But there was one tape that I took for the actual like content of the tape. Now, I am a huge fan of Red Letter Media, of that YouTube channel. And so I saw this tape here, and the stuff that's on there, I mostly went for one thing. Ninja 3. As you can see right there, Ninja 3, The Domination. Which, I haven't even checked out this tape yet. I'm not even sure if it's like on here, if the movie is on here, if they taped over it or something. But I was like, you know what, whatever. And I just took it because of the fact that Ninja 3, The Domination was on here. Thank you, Red Letter Media. I don't know why. I'm just like, okay, great. I've always wanted to see that movie since I saw it on Best of the Worst. So yeah, so I took this one for the movie, and hopefully one of these days I'll pop in the VHS and watch a crappy taped off TV version of Ninja 3, which actually sounds like a great way to watch the movie, weirdly enough. Also, while I was there, this, you know, it doesn't have anything to do with VHS tapes, but it has to do with this whole video being on old, outdated media. I picked up the 8-track for Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon, because they were getting rid of that. I don't even know if this works, because it's been sitting in that house for so long. You know, this probably doesn't even work anymore, but you know what? I don't even have an 8-track player, so I don't really plan on playing it. I just picked it up because they were going to throw it away, and I was like, yeah, why not? So, yeah, Dark Side of the Moon on 8-track. Because why not? Now, the next set of tapes were actually given to me from my girlfriend's sister, who was going through all her stuff in her house because she's about to move out. So she was getting rid of all this stuff, and my girlfriend saw this, and she's like, oh, I'll take that stuff. And she's like, how would you want that? And she's like, I don't, Justin does. So these are a bunch of VHS box sets. I guess I'll start with kind of the least one first. Not least content-wise, least just kind of condition-wise. This is the Star Wars trilogy. The original unaltered version is the last ever VHS release of them. Now, this is kind of my fault that everything on here is kind of badly kind of damaged. That's actually kind of my fault because we were taking these from her house and we put them in her trunk. And when we came over to my house, we kind of forgot about them, left them in there for a little bit, and like over the next couple of days it rained, and I think some rain might have got through and kind of got some water damage on these. But I'm actually not too worked up over that because I already own this VHS set. I actually have a copy of it sitting above my Blu-ray shelf. That's actually in like almost perfect shape. I bought it not too long ago, actually at a half-price books, of course. Because this is the set that I grew up on. This is how I was introduced to Star Wars, was through these versions, essentially. These unaltered versions remastered by THX. These are the versions that introduced me to Star Wars. And I unfortunately don't have my set anymore. My original trilogy sets, just over time, kind of got destroyed a little bit. I kind of messed with them too. It's, you know, not important. But I don't have them anymore. So when I saw the trilogy set at Half Price Books, I immediately picked it up, just out of instant nostalgia. Because I'm like, I just gotta have these. You know, I gotta have these and display them because these are like how I grew up with Star Wars, essentially. How I first saw these movies and everything. So the fact that these ones are kind of a little bit destroyed doesn't, you know, hurt me too much because I already have it. But now I have two because, why not? I can never have too much Star Wars. Now this next set is kind of cool. It's another classic sci-fi franchise. Basically what everybody calls the competition to Star Wars, even though it's really not. Star Trek. This is the original 6-movie box set. Now this set is kind of beat up. This whole thing is actually falling off right here, so it's really not in that good of shape at all. But it's the original 6 films with the original crew in this set. Now what's actually funny is that these tapes, I used to own these. Not this box, I never had it with the actual box, but I had these tapes individually. And then once I got all the movies on DVD, I actually gave these VHSs to Sam. So now Sam has my tapes, but I guess I kind of got them back in a way in this VHS set. Which is really cool. This is the most weirdest setup box I've ever seen because every tape is set up on an angle. See that? Look at how it's set up. And nothing is flat. It's kind of angled, and it's so weird. It doesn't really work. It kind of, depending on what angle you look at it, it totally breaks the illusion of every tape. The spines making up the Enterprise. You have to look at it on an angle. Oh yeah, that looks cool. But if you look at it head on, it doesn't look cool at all. It's such a weird looking set, but I like it. And it's kind of cool to have these movies back in my collection, on VHS here. So, looking through the tapes real quick, you got Star Trek, the motion picture, the special longer version. I still can't believe that when this movie came out on VHS and they released an extended cut, they called it the special longer version. Because yeah, everybody complained about this movie being too long, will so much want to sit down and watch the special longer version. But, you know, whatever. There. Back. Also, I forgot that the spines, if you put the spines the other way on this side, they make up another image of just kind of a space landscape, showing a couple planets and stuff. Yeah, it's classic Wrath of Khan. Great. And you got the search for Spock. There. Oops, there you go. That's the Voyage Home. I love this movie. Voyage Home is wonderful. Wrath of Khan is the best and it's the greatest, but Voyage Home is just so much fun. And then you got the worst one, The Final Frontier. Nice. And then you have the last one, The Undiscovered Country. This is a really good one. I actually really like this one. Back. And if you put the VHSs the other way, you kind of get this landscape shot, which is pretty neat. I mean, it's not nearly as exciting as, you know, the Enterprise, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a really cool set. When I used to have these, I loved displaying, the spines like this and showing off the Enterprise, but that was really cool. So it's nice to have it back in my collection. I like actually having it in the original box, which is kind of neat despite the fact that despite the fact that it's broken, you know, but also the fact that it's a really weirdly set up box set. I just don't understand that design. The design is just so weird, but either way, though, really awesome. Now that I've kind of gotten more into collecting, because back when I gave these tapes to Sam, I wasn't as big into collecting VHS tapes, you know, but now that I'm back into collecting, I'm glad to have these. This is a really cool addition to the collection, you know? Now the next one is something that my girlfriend actually enjoys a lot more than me. This is something that, I don't really care as much for, but it's still cool. This is the original Addams Family TV show. This is a set here. This is a set of 10 episodes on 5 VHS tapes. I'm not sure if they're from the first season or something. I don't know exactly. There you go. Similar to the Star Trek one where the spines make up an image. So you got like the first tape here, which has a couple episodes on the back there. Yeah, it has 2 episodes per tape. Second tape here. It's all kind of the same image, just with a different color outline and different color on the logo, essentially. Third tape. Go. Tape 4. Pretty nice. And then tape 5. And the spines on the other side, they don't make an image or anything. They're just kind of the same thing, just with like the coloring from whatever's on the front artwork. That's how it is on the rest of them. So nothing like too elaborate on that. But yeah, this is neat. Like I know my girlfriend loves the Addams Family. She really loves the movies from the 90s. Like she watches those all the time. But I know she does like the original series. So this is actually really cool. This is something, you know, she would enjoy, which is pretty neat. And yeah, it's a cool looking set. Of course, this one is in some like the best shape compared to like the Star Trek set, the one that I'm not too big on. But you know what? Whatever. I don't care. It's still cool. It's side right there. Side right there. Nice. And then you have the back, which is just the same exact image on as the flip side as the actual tapes. Yeah, cool set. And then the last one, the last VHS here. This is the one that she actually gave to me, like, separately. Like, she was like, hey, I got something cool for you. And she gave me this one because she knew I would really like it. And I do. This is probably my favorite out of all the VHS sets here. Rocky. The complete collection as of the late 90s. But, you know, as of now, not really. But still, the complete collection back in the VHS days of Rocky 1 through 5. This is just a really nice looking VHS set. Like, it really is. Got the side right here. Very shiny and, like, glossy, actually. Pretty cool. The other side there's the same image, basically. Then you got the back. I like how they almost kind of make it feel like more prestigious than just saying like Rocky, the complete collection. Now it has like the numbering like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's like even more special, you know? Same with the top there. It's Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually almost all these tapes in here are new, except for 3 and 4. But the rest of them haven't been opened. And I totally understand why Rocky 4 is open, since that movie is amazing. So I don't blame them for opening that one. So you got the first tape here. There. I like how it has the sticker for the 25th anniversary. Back when this movie was only 25 years old, as opposed to 40, as it is now. The spine right there. And then you have Rocky 2, right there. Pretty nice. The back. There you got the spine. Pretty nice. Then you got Rocky 3. Cool. Then you got Rocky 4. God, I've always loved this artwork. I want a poster of this. Like in the future, I'm going to have a poster of this framed and everything. That's the back right there. The spine. I love reading the description on the back here for Rocky 4. It's insane. Like, Rocky 4 is a star-spangled tale of heroism and triumph. Stallone once again packs a powerful punch, crafting a riveting film that pulsates with humor, searing drama, and unabashed patriotism. Rocky 4. Oh, I love this movie so much. It's such a wonderful movie. And then you got Rocky 5. That one. You got the back there. You got the spine. This one I don't blame them for not opening. Got no problem with that. Even just the front artwork on here just doesn't work. Like that was the actual poster for the movie too, and I'm just like, yeah, no. Compared to something as epic and like awe-inspiring as that, and then you get that, it's like, yeah, no. But yeah, that's the Rocky box set. I'm a huge Rocky fan. Like, I've been wanting to do reviews of the movie, like, for a while now. I know I was going to try to do them back when Creed was coming out, but I just never had the time to. But, you know, with Creed 2 coming out, maybe I'll try. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, I adore the Rocky franchise. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, I really like this box set. It's a really nice looking set, actually. Like I said, it looks really fancy looking, really glossy and everything. I love the red on here, it just looks great. And I love how everything looks like together like that. with like, the American flag and everything. It makes me want to like make a VHS set for Rocky Balboa and Creed to put next to it and keep like that American flag motif going. Because it just looks so nice. It just looks so cool. So yeah, that's all my like recent VHS pickups. You know, some pretty awesome stuff. Some really cool stuff in there. But the next thing I gotta show you is the new format that I'm collecting, kind of. And that is CED. You know, that one. The one that everybody knows, that one, right? It's like as famous as Laserdisc. But either way, CED, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like Laserdisc, where it's a giant disc that plays the movie. Except it is inside here. As you can see from here, you can't really pull it out, but it's in here. So when you play it in your CED player, this part will eject out. And then you could take this out, and this will just be like a shell, while this disc is in there playing the movie. So you'll never actually see what the disc looks like, unless you like break one open, you know, really. It's just kind of stuck in here until it gets put into the player, which is so weird. I don't even have a CED player, and I don't really plan on getting one. The main reason why I got this CED is just because it's for a movie I love. It's a great movie, and this was at, again, half-price books, which when I was there had a bunch of CEDs. They had a whole collection of them. They had a Tron one that looked pretty cool, but that one was actually bought by the time, like the next time I went there. That one was gone. The rest were still there, of course, because, you know, I don't think these are, like, high sellers. And this is for the comedy classic, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Now, I love this movie. It's probably one of my favorite comedies. You know, it's a great film. For those of you who know about this movie, you know how long it is, which means this is a 2-disc set, because this movie is, like, almost 3 hours long. It's insane. And the coolest thing about this is that this was, like, $2 for both of these. Like, it was $2 for the set. They didn't, like, charge individually or make it more money because it was 2 discs. So it's like, there's, like, $2, whatever. So, yeah, this is awesome. So this is disc 1 here. I also mostly got this for this artwork, because I thought this would make a really cool display piece. And I hope at, like, some point in the future I'm going to, like, display this, because I just like the artwork on here. I thought this was really cool artwork right there. Nice. I like that a lot. And you got the back here. It has the info and stuff. Some cool photos from the movie. Now what's weird is that like disc 2 has different pictures on the back, but the pictures on the back of this one are in color. Like this one back here, this is black and white. But the pictures on the back of this one are in color. I don't know, kind of weird, but whatever. But yeah, I just got this, like I said, because I love this movie, and I love the artwork on here, and thought this is really cool. Now, I'm not really going to be going out trying to collect CEDs. There's a few ones I want to get, mostly just for like my favorite movies. Like I want Jaws on CED, because that's my favorite movie, and I would love to own that on like every format that I can. Like I'm still looking for like the Laserdisc of that and stuff like that, because that's just, you know, my favorite movie of all time. And just stuff like that, if I see like a movie I really like on CD, I'll probably pick it up just because I think it's cool looking. These aren't the smallest things, so I'm not going to be getting a ton of these, just for, like I said, the movies I love. But yeah, I just thought this was worth getting. I don't know, I think this is really cool. I love like collecting like weird like formats and stuff of movies. Like I said, like, I mean, this isn't weird or obscure, but I still collect VHS tapes, you know, and a couple years ago I just started collecting Laserdiscs. So I figured, might as well get a CED. Like, why not? It's so ridiculous, but it's cool and it's for a great movie, you know? So it's worth it. So yeah, that's my pickups of all my VHSs and CEDs. I like how I didn't have any Laserdiscs this time, but instead I had CEDs. Makes total sense. Plus an 8-track. Threw an 8-track in there, because why not? But yeah, that's really about it for now. And, you know, next time I get like a good amount of VHSs or like a lot of really good looking stuff, I will do a video on them for sure. Hopefully it doesn't take me 2 years, like it did like for this video. It took 2 years. Like I said, in between them I picked up just a handful of VHSs. Like I know my Universal Monster collection was smaller. If you watched the last video, it was actually a bit smaller. I got a few of these since then. I got the Dracula one and the Phantom of the Opera one and the Bride of Frankenstein one in between the time that I did the videos. But I think I picked those up like last year or something like that, so that's why I'm not putting them in the video. But either way, that's all I got to show you for now. And that's about it. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.